All right, here we are. We got our 34 Ford Coupe. We loaded it up. We brought it over to Louisville Muffler, right here in Louisville, Texas. And we're getting our exhaust put on. Now, what you want to do when you get that exhaust put on, the best thing is to put it out the sides here. When we get on the lift, Jason's going to explain that to us. The owner has supplied his own mufflers, which are Flowmaster Hush Power 2s. And I don't know what those sound like. We usually go with Flowmasters or Flow Pros. So that's going to be something to see. Let's get this thing off the trailer and we'll see what Jason has to say. He's a professional at this and he's going to tell us all about it. What you got, McGill? Is that where we're putting our muffler? Mm-hmm. Right there. That's the best place on this car, am I right? So we're going to run it out our exhaust right here. We're going to come right in this area, put our muffler, because we're going to come out the side right here. And then you're going to put a crossover pipe.
Crossover?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll go over it with Jason as soon as he gets ready. Yeah, right there.
In the front? Okay.
I don't know, what do you think, Jason?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the best.
Crossover pipe's good for what?
Equalizes the back pressure from one head to the other, so you get proper flow. Tips-wise, it's going to change the sound a little bit. It's more appearance. You want to make sure that you got good ground clearance. Stainless steel won't rush. You're going to pay a little bit more.
Right.
This is a double-walled stainless steel.
Yeah, I like that one right there, buddy.
This is a very expensive tip. This is actually the other side. This tip is about $150.
For one?
Yes, yes. This one is about a $50. Right. And then this one is about $40. This is a chrome.
And that's actually a pretty nice tip for the guy that wants to save money.
Yep. This fits quite well and nice, you know, custom look.
So what do you think on the Streetbeast car? Because you do all my Streetbeast cars, am I right?
Yes, absolutely.
About coming out the rear end here, bud.
Coming out the rear, you don't have as much room. I like coming out the rear, but you don't have as much room to get over the axle. You got more clearance issues.
And the more weight you put on this thing, the closer it's going to get.
Correct. With the suspension, as nice as it is, there's just not a lot of room to make these things handle well, to make the exhaust, because you have this cross member here, the rear end, the brake lines. You're just getting into a lot of clearance issues.
A lot of money, a lot of time. Yep. And it really doesn't work good anyway.
Coming out the sides is you know, classic muscle car look.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go with the Chevelle pipe. Now this is a nice one here for the guy that's got the money. I agree with you. We've used those before, bud. Yeah. Those are actually pretty nice.
Super high finish, double-walled stainless steel. But
for the guy that wants to save a little cash in his pocket, the Chevelle or the Corvette tip. Yeah, see, that's going to look really nice coming out the side there.
You're leaving about quarter to half-inch clearance. You want to get it up as high as possible so that you you've got ground clearance going over speed bumps and such, but down far enough, close as possible for a good look, far enough away so it doesn't burn the paint or anything.
Everything looks in proportion.
Yes.
Now what do you think of these mufflers here? What's the...
Those mufflers are going to be similar to, they're good for ground clearance and such, but you're not far off of a bullet or a glass pack style, not the cherry bomb glass pack popping and stuff, but you're paying a lot of money. I'm not a big believer in, this is, I don't think is a great product for the money.
Is it a cheap product?
No, it's not a cheap product. No, this is not cheap.
This is expensive.
Actually. It is. You're not getting your money's worth out of it when you're spending the money for that.
But it'll be all right on this car. Sure. It's going to be loud, or?
No, it'll be a moderate.
You like the Flow Pro? Flow
Pro's, well, actually, Flow Pro has gotten as expensive as Flowmaster nowadays.
Wow.
But
so
Flowmaster, Flow Pro, even a bullet. I would put a bullet muffler on before this because it's going to be a third of the price and do the same thing.
Okay, let me ask you a question, bud. Now, of course, this guy's already got his exhaust run here, and then, you know, we're going to go down here now. If you had to do this system from start to finish, supply mufflers, exhaust tips, pipes, crossover pipe, what's the kind of expense we're looking at?
Depending on which size we're going with and so on, it would range.
What is that? Is that 2.5 or?
That's 2 1/4.
That's 2 1/4 inch. Okay. And that's aluminized pipe, right?
Correct.
And that's what we want to use.
Yeah, a 14 gauge aluminized. It's got a high concentration of stainless in it.
Right.
It's going to last 30, 40 years.
Never have a problem.
No.
Always be on the road.
Yeah. The If we started with the downpipes, they'd be tucked up much higher. But doing from the shorty headers all the way back, depending on which tips, you're going to go somewhere between, you know, $480 and $700 on the very high side, which would be
with those tips.
Yeah, because you're looking at, you know, a set of these tips are going to run you $200 and something.
And I believe if the guy had the money, he would go with those tips. I like those tips. I've used them before, dude.
Absolutely.
So we're going to come out here, we're going to go over to the side, and McGill's going to throw us a crossover pipe. And what's that crossover pipe good for, bud? That's real important on an engine like this, high performance. What does that do?
It's going to equalize.
Yeah, H pipe. There's actually two, right? There's an H pipe and
H and an X. An H on this, because we have the room, it's going to equalize back pressure from one side of the head to the other.
Right.
So you got even back pressure on one head and the other, because they never generate the same amount of back pressure.
Right.
So that'll even out your carburation, and especially if you're running fuel injection.
Right.
But
it makes the exhaust flow even.
And it gives it a better tone, and it makes it just a hair quieter also.
Right. So overall, it's the best thing to do.
Absolutely. Yep.
Well, I think what we ought to do is get on it and let McGill get to work, because he looks like he's ready for lunch. You ready for lunch, McGill?
Yes.
Hey, Jason, thanks a lot, dude.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, buddy. Good explanation there. I know everybody's going to like it. And we'll check it out when we come back. How's that sound?
Sounds perfect.
All right. Well, there you go. That's what it takes. And believe me, it's very hard to get your exhaust up in through there. Me and Jason's tried many a times, and it's just a pain, a real pain. To make it nice and simple for you, save a lot of money, and bring that exhaust around, it comes straight out right here, and it looks awesome. So we're gonna let them guys get to work, and we'll check out our 34 Ford Coupe when we get back.